In a while, somebody will throw something, and we'll try to identify who it was or where the seats that are coming from. It's a pretty nice system.
The 1 o'clock is the crew call time here for all our guys here that do all the setup. So we'll come down, and all the guys that work here in the truck, camera guys, everybody starts putting together the show on the outside of the truck. The technical director, he's the guy that pushes all the buttons during the show when I call. I'll tell him, you know, take camera 1, take camera 3, we're going to replay to B, and he's the ones that are responsible for all those. Doug Clift, who does graphics, same thing. He's going to build all the graphics you're going to see during the show, and that's a time-intensive process because he's got to look up the numbers, verify the numbers, put them in shells for graphics, and build them for later. Audio, he builds and set up all the microphones, but that involves more than just the announcer mics. It's the mics out on the floor where you hear the basketball dribble. You hear the referee whistle. You hear all those things are all set up by the crew. Along with the cameras, stringing a cable to the cameras, setting up and building to the cameras, checking the cameras. It's a pretty labor-intensive process. It involves typically about 20 people involved in the setup.
Sometimes randomly I'll just wash my car because it's just, you know, whatever the day's like, but most of the time I try not to do that on game day. But sometimes my cousin, he'll call me, he'll be online playing Call of Duty, do that, or probably do some kind of artwork.
How you doing tonight? Good. I need to check your bag.
It's a pretty good effort on our people. If you realize that our doors open an hour and a half before the games.
We'll feed a couple thousand people in all of the catering areas on a given jazz night.
And a 1, 2, 3, 4, back home, 6, stop right there.
I'll probably eat again around 3, eat something, yeah, but something not too heavy. I leave here around 4. It just takes like 5 minutes to get there. So. It starts around 4:30, and we get with Coach Mark, do a couple drills, layups, you know, elbow shooting, or just get up some shots, and then after that I'll take a little break.
9/11 really started security to be a lot more up front. Putting mags up, magtometers, so that we can better serve the public to keep them safe here.
I can help you down here. How you doing tonight? Good. I need to check your bag. Do you have cell phone or keys on you? All right, go ahead.
Things that had to be done in order to protect the general public. Before that, it was basically non-existent. It's a pretty good effort on our people. If you realize that our doors open an hour and a half before the games, we get 20,000 people in the arena within an hour and a half. And that's having them walk through the mags, checking metal, and doing other things like that to make sure that they clear through this area before they get into the heart of the building.
Yeah, I need to get your cell phones, keys, cameras.
Change?
No, change is all right. Go ahead.
I'm not sure how many the Salt Lake Airport gets through their mags and so forth in a day, but I would doubt it's. My guesstimate would be maybe 10,000, if that many. But they have all day to do it, all night. A lot more hours than we do. We get it done in an hour and a half and get all these people in their seats so they can enjoy the game. If you look at 20,000 people in this building for 5-6 hours, that's a small city. We deal with some small city issues when we have that many people in here.
In most of our dining areas, we're planning a couple weeks out because we want to take advantage of what's fresh, what meats are in season, what are the best products we can provide right now that are in season and fresh right now. And so we'll provide menus a couple weeks out. We'll feed a couple thousand people in all of the catering areas, and actually there are about 100 catered areas on a given jazz night, which most people wouldn't know.
Yeah, did you want any jalapenos on those? Hey, anything else?
Most fans just see our concourses, our concession concourses, but on all the other levels we have luxury suites or fine dining areas, or we're feeding the jazz wives or the press and other groups that have pre-event dinner functions going on.
Let's try it from the turns again. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a switch, 6. Stop right there. That works, doesn't it? Can you guys move back just a little bit so you're in the circle? And you guys move up just a little so you're just in the circle. A little bit more. Just right in place on the prep. Don't take a big giant step forward. Just, you guys are center, this whole line.
Them two come forward or no?
No, just you guys.
Because they cross through us in a second, will they make it?
Let's try it and see. It just looks really squished right now. All right, let's try that. And a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, back home, 6. Stop right there.
No music on this one, Scotty. It's just be. Typically around 3:30 we'll start building, we'll build the billboards, which is, you know, advertisers over scenics of the building.
Utah Jazz basketball on FSN Utah is brought to you in part by Zions Bank. We haven't forgotten who keeps us in business.
Stand by to animate off.
Truth in engineering.
Animate off. We'll do, if there's a last meeting or a highlight package that needs a font to explain to viewers, hey, here's the context of the play, we'll put the font on it. Said we got to add a font to playlist 16 is next. Anything we can get done ahead of time that's in the game, that's completed and done is a good thing, because a lot of times you can do that stuff live in the game, but a lot of time that lends itself to error, so we'll pre-produce a lot of the video elements and packages that you see during the game. Track and B in 3, 2, 1. Roll it. T, 4, 2. Squeeze it. Good. The Mighty Knights. Jeremy, you tell them where you want them to switch it. Gotcha. Stand by to change it, Dougie. Good. All right, anything else? I'm glad Al decided to eat more roast beef instead of being on TV. Real quick on our team, I don't think they're playing tonight, but Andre Karolinko, I think he's out. He walked out on crutches last night, so I don't anticipate him playing. If he doesn't go, we guessed last time they did this, Hayward started. So that's kind of our best guess. Todd, as a reminder now that I'm actually thinking of it, with the camera, I'm going to move you 6 o'clock here to shoot that thing with Steve.
Yeah.
Between the second and first quarter, I'll break you back to this drop, and out of the first time out, I'll do that hit inside the truck again. New Orleans, I'm trying to think what you guys need to know about them. The Chris Paul, Darren Williams matchup will be huge tonight. Oh wait, never mind. This starting 5 actually plays the most minutes in the NBA. They don't really, yeah, now that I'm looking at it, this bench doesn't play a whole lot, so you're going to see a heavy dose of this starting 5 right here all night long. Gentlemen, one thing I want you to remember, we are not reinventing basketball tonight. We're just going to cover basketball.
Then the junior jazz dancers, and they will come back out and we'll have the Got Milk shirts for them and the little girls to pass out.
That should work.
The officials, we also have to protect them. From the minute they drive in our back lot, they are with our security people. Somebody's with them all the time.
Jazz Game Day is presented by Mountain America Credit Union. For your home, your business, your life.
Game operations consist of basically everything entertainment-wise in the game other than the basketball game itself. So that would include the Nu Skin Jazz dancers, the Jazz Bear, our little mini dancers, the dunk team, video elements that we show on the super screen. We formulate a kind of a game script, so we know generally what's going to happen during the game. Of course, we have to be flexible. It could change at any time.
We don't have any additional commercial spots for pregame, do we?
No, but just so you know, starting next game, Brian sold a Army spot.
Oh, okay, so we couldn't get that in this game.
We could get it in if we need to. We have it. We just didn't know if it was running today or not.
So we start off with a script, and then at 5 o'clock we get everyone together in a room and go over that script so that everyone is on the same page, and we make sure we have all of our sponsorship elements taken care of.
TV is actually recording all the openings, or filming all the openings tonight, so we just have to wait for their cue after the anthem. So we might be a little slower to start, Jitsi. Can you tell me what the item is?
I can't. Colby usually builds
Okay.
it. Noel's building it right
I'll
now.
get it later. Okay.
We've got our music guy in there, we have our dancer director in there.
Then the junior jazz dancers, and they will come back out and we'll have the Got Milk shirts for them and the little girls to pass out.
That should work.
So are they cool to run off and then run back on with Cafe Rio shirts? Okay, great. So we'll just have those ready for you, and
the mascot and the mascot assistants in there, and we've also got a bear crew that basically helps put all of our promotions together as well. So we've got all of them in there.
Paul saw them with me. Paul, do you remember which one? I thought we agreed on the second one we saw. Didn't we think that was the best? How long is this one, Chizzy?
2 minutes flat.
2 minutes, okay.
I mean, there's a lot of different elements, and we also have to make sure all of our sponsors are taken care of.
Green is all crazy, is it? It's doing Wells Fargo and Energy Solutions at the same time?
Are probably just trying to make it all fit.
One of the things that we have to do is follow some NBA guidelines from their security department. And there's probably somewhere between 80 to 90 mandatory things that we have to do as far as security is concerned that the NBA requires us.
The NBA mandates that we have a spare basket here. The reality is, most of the time we would have a backboard break. We have a spare backboard. In 15 years, we've not had a basket failure, mostly because of what the NBA's done to make the baskets more flexible, the rims more flexible. Nobody wants a repeat of what Mr. O'Neill did several years ago. The NBA mandates that we have spare clocks, so we have 2 spare clocks that we can bring out on the floor, set them. Once the game starts, the referees are in charge, so they're the ones who will dictate to us whether we have time to fix something, they just want us to put out a spare clock, or they just want to continue the game as is, and we'll address the problem at a quarter break or halftime.
The officials, we also have to protect them. And from the minute they drive in our back lot, they are with our security people. Somebody's with them all the time in the locker room, as well as watching them out on the floor. How are you? Good to see you. Good to seeing you. Hi there. You don't need to get up. How you doing? Good to see you. Gary.
Safe, anybody? Nope. Jim's your contact. Exit over there if we have an emergency.
I have some responsibility to them while a game is going on. If there is an incident that happens, they notify me or signal me. There's some things that we worked out.
Brian, and is all to Brian.
Walkie-talkie, good old-fashioned walkie-talkie. They work really well. The best part about them is everybody can hear everything. So if somebody's not busy or someone can come to the rescue or come help, then obviously it's easier to talk to 8 or 10 people over a radio than it is on a cell phone.
Thanks.
The managers for each of those areas have to be there to pick up their food items
There you go. You're welcome.
in a timely manner to get them to wherever it's going and get them out and presented in the way we'd like to see them presented, almost like a dispatch center, you know, for a large company. It keeps everybody busy and keeps them thinking about what needs to happen and at what time it needs to happen to make sure it's out and in a way we'd like to see it.
What I need to do is I need to make sure that, I'd say if the wives are happy, the players are happy. Players need to have a place where they can go where they're not bothered by people.
It does get busy between 6 and 7 o'clock. That's the crunch time.
All right, row 17 in the lower bowl. Thank you. Yeah.
Bruner, if you can hear me, we got a chance to take a look at the open.
That's 129A off the Reggie.
And track A. Roll it.
Big Al had a big night.